Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Welcome, thank you for coming. Hare Krishna, Sim and whoever else is here. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hey, Hare Krishna. Welcome. Good morning, everybody. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna. This beat is kind of different. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, oh my Lord. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Lord Chaitanya said, chanting the holy name of the Lord is the most feasible way to be of salvation in this age of Kali. Most feasible way, especially in association with devotees. Otherwise, you won't really chant it, or you'll chant it without this attraction, deep attraction. Maybe there'll be something, but the deep attraction to the Lord. You know, and this is the most feasible way, is to get this deep attraction. As we chant in association with devotees, and and then this attraction builds and gets stronger. See, it's just like trying to break free of the gravity in the atmosphere here. Like a rocket's trying to break free of the gravity, it's trying to pull it down. Maya's like that, always trying to pull the living entities down into this, the gravitation, her gravitational pull. See, and this, you start to become attracted upwards, by the grace of the Lord, and that's your fuel. See, it's the fuel, it's the rocket fuel. See, you feed off of that attraction. See, that God Himself is your food. That's the name. And that draws you more into the spiritual potency. See, and so it's the most feasible. It's the easiest way to break free of this gravitational pull of Maya, is and doing it in association with devotees. You notice the Lord comes here. He comes here with His devotees. He doesn't. People can't break free of this gravitational pull on their own. They just got to know. That's why people say, "Well, I don't need a guru. I don't need to go." God, you need somebody that is broken free of the gravitational pull of this earth. Otherwise, how are you going to do it? You see, this is the thing. People think, I don't need anybody. I don't know. Yeah. Well, you don't need any of the false gurus. You don't need, maybe you needed them to a point, because you had nothing else. Like Prabhupada said, a blind uncle is better than no uncle at all. At least you got an uncle, and so the Lord provides teachers, even in the modes of nature, to teach the living end. They need something to hold on to. We have to, it's false sense of that we can do it on our own. Even the demons know this. The demons that are controlling the world now, they know they get their power from worship, from Lucifer. I mean, they think it's very foolish not to worship God. You don't have they can't do it on their own. I mean, I study all this. It says the Rothschilds, they set a place for Lucifer, at their table, because it's their worshipful deity. They said if the people knew that we get our power somewhere, see, they do it. That's why the Lord is empowering the modes of ignorance to be stronger now. But this causes a friction, causes everything. And then the people that are, the good people, want to reveal what basically it's basically God revealing himself, in different levels. You got, so the demons are revealing themselves because they used to usually work in the shadows, because they just, the good people, are actually stronger. See, but when they get empowered, they got technology and stuff like that, then they feel their oats, they come out and show themselves more. So, and then so the good people come out and fight it, the good and the bad, uh, and so everything's about exposure, and it's all a learning experience about who and what we are, how the Lord is working in this universe, different levels. Then we got at this level here. We're also, I was thinking about this, how these like David Icke is exposing, the how the demoniac energy is working, and all these other guys they're really battling it out now, information war, how the deception's being laid, and how it's like a theater, the whole thing. And so they're trying to expose this, right? So they're exposing the demons, and the demons are trying to hide what they're doing, or maybe not so hide, so there's this exposure going on. And then here in this sangha, then they got religion that can't expose itself, because and you have to get to a point where you abandon all varieties of religion, right? Because it says Bhagavad Gita, obviously, why did it say that in the 18th chapter? Abandon all varieties of religion, man. This must be important for some reason. Well, we're the reason, we're here to teach about that. Why? Because the people that we're exposing, you see, I'm doing kind of like what David Icke and these guys are doing, for the exposing the demons, but we're exposing religion, as I let them do their work about that mostly, because there's no need, you do you go ahead, the demons, you do your work, demigods, you do your work, and I'll do mine. I got my work, my work is exposing religion, because a lot of people coming to Krishna are at that roads where, they can get the mercy and abandon the religion and take shelter of the truth. That's why the Holy Spirit was preached with Jesus, because he was also like an emissary of truth, and the Spirit, the Holy Spirit, you see. So, and he said, you don't know who you're worshiping. He said that to these persons that were following the speculating Pharisees. They're like the Brahmins and sannyasis and gurus now. Same kind of thing. So he said, you don't know who you're worshiping. See, I do. And there's a time, and that time is now. And I say the same thing, that there's a time, and the time is now, where we'll be taking shelter now, not of religion, not of religious leaders who still have hypocrisy. See, but taking shelter of the truth as it is, and the Spirit that really loves that truth as it is. See, then this love is born from that. It's not born as speculation weakens love, because you don't know who you're worshiping. See, just like Tom, he's sitting there figuring out what is awareness and everything. See, it's like Tom was like a guy who's sitting in front of a bowl of ice cream, and he's trying to analyze. What is it like to eat ice cream? What is ice cream? Who's aware of eating ice cream? Instead of just digging in, and just relishing the ice cream, tasting it, enjoying it. Who's the one eating the ice cream and all those philosophical speculations? I was sitting there a lot. I saw that. I thought, I'm just eating the ice cream, man. Even thinking about what he was thinking about was like, I was losing it, man. Hey, man, I'm just going to eat the ice cream, man. That's Krishna, man. Just tasting that name. Yeah. Yeah. tasting that attraction. See, so that's what it's all about. So exposure, see, exposing. This whole thing is a Bhagavatam lesson. What's going on now? Everything is becoming to light. You see, that's why you hear a lot of the stuff. Great awakening. Always, the shift. Greater. Yeah, it's true. It is, but not in the way a lot of people think. They think it's a new age shift. No, it's a shift to truth and spirit. That's all there is. Devotion to God. That is the only real truth in the world. It exposes everything. It exposes the lies of goodness. That's Lucifer in the sense, in the guise of an angel of light. See, goodness is not pure goodness. It's still a little twisted. It's still a covering, Lucifer's got his hand in everything, all the way up there. See, he's in charge of liberation. Even liberation is a bewilderment. You see some people here into liberation. They come in. You can see how powerful this is, because even liberated type persons come here, and they have some ecstasy too, and they can go. They can get that covering dissolved also, and see the real Krishna. See. It's very deep here, it's a very deep thing. We expose everything, without hatred. I don't hate, demons. I don't hate, people that are against the Lord. They're just naturally so because of being in the modes of nature. We're here to help them. Yeah, and so this is the powerful way. I mean, God, if you want to break free of the gravity of Maya, pulling everything down, this kind of association is the ticket, man. We're very fortunate, all of us, to have this kind of association. This is a very rare thing, very unusual. Yeah, so chanting in association of ecstatic devotees who are breaking free of the gravitation pull. Why not, man? You just get pulled up there, yourself also. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda. Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. Proof that we're worshiping the same God as Jesus is because we have the same realization. We teach the same thing. It's not what's being preached here is deeper than most Christians understand about Jesus. They don't understand spirit and truth. Some do, but not everybody. Most don't, actually. Not clearly. Here it's very clear, spirit and truth, what it's about. What's spirit? The Holy Spirit, the spirit of devotion, God, attraction to the Lord. See, attraction to the spiritual Lord. He's spirit, man. Our soul is spirit. It's meant to do this, but it's covered, You need somebody to help. Sri Krishna. Does not seem to work. Well, with Karuna, a lot of it is faith. I hear every time I talk to him, not every time, but a lot of times, he's like Thomas the Doubter, And he just in his heart, he just doesn't have faith in what we're doing. I mean, that's what I get. He can tell me room, but when I was talking to him about these things, and he just, he says, I just can't believe, what you're doing. And part of him is like conflict. Part of him does, part of him doesn't. So what does Bhagavad Gita say? That's his challenge. This is his journey. Everybody's got one. The doubting soul, there's no happiness in this life or the next. You could see those who are doubtful, and they're here, they're in this sangha. They have, maybe they get a little happiness, but there's a lot of unhappiness too, because back and forth, back and forth. It's that doubting side. See? And when you really, it's like even myself, when I came to the conclusion that this is it, man, this is real, I can surrender to this, you know? But, you might have to check this out, check that out, go back to the Vaides, whatever you need to do, man, See if there's anything better, find anything better than the happiness here, So people have their journeys. Any devotee here that's maybe you wonder why are they not always happy and all that. There's a part of them that is, some doubt. They might not even acknowledge it themselves, and they ride over the top of that. Like some people, like Karuna, he writes these things on his thing, Hare Krishna, and he does things that are actually not real austerities to get this, really, to write that name like this. It's like saying, like the guy with the rocks. The guy with the rocks, I told you, they're going around Govardhan. Look, Lord, how much I'm devoted to you. See what I'm doing, the austere. I'm messing up my body and everything. But inside, there's doubt, and they're trying to prove themselves. See, and they're, so they're following that path instead of the easy path. And I'm sitting there watching, and I'm thinking, all they have to do is come over here and associate here, and they will get the bliss I got and the protection I got. They can throw their rocks, they can let it all go. So these people that do these kind of austerities, it's like, oh, you see, I got Krishna all over me. Or Guru, I don't have full faith. It's just, you're riding over the top instead of just take the path is just take full shelter, and so come to that conclusion. It's not about I'm going to prove myself. You see, I wrote Hare Krishna all over my body. Or I'm putting the rock in front of me. You see, Lord, or those Christians, the ones in the monasteries, they flogging themselves. Lord, you see how devoted I am. I'm see. So anyway, people do all kinds of crazy things, But the easy ways is take the shelter. Just take the shelter devotees. Eventually, you'll get it. Even whatever you do, at least he's here, And I just also, you gotta, people coming here, they're coming in a shower. You gotta put sometimes a respectful distance even here when people going through purification. Don't go in it and get all, with their stuff. If you're not, I also have to take a distance from people's stuff, they all this controlling shit, and some of these devotees have here sometimes. They want to lay it on the guru, they want to control the guru too and stuff like that. You just keep it at a distance, Don't need it now. If you can start seeing that stuff and why when you're unhappy, it's because you're taking on the unhappiness of others. So don't complain to me. Just learn how to set boundaries so you can be happy in your Krishna consciousness. And sometimes I don't know, I still love this person. You love, what kind of love is in this friggin' world, man? Ain't nothing real. No real love here. It's all your enemy, man. Unless people help you in your Krishna consciousness, and that's a kind of a help, to let it go. I mean, all the obstacles were my helpers, Narayan Raj was my helper. The Radhakund Babajis were helping me. Even the most poisonous ones helped me in that way, So if they're in your life, they're your lesson for all of us, So it's just, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare. The greatest thing in the world is to shelter this name. That's what I realized. That's what Lord Chaitanya realized. That's what Rupa Goswami and Sanatan Goswami realized. This is the greatest treasure. The name in this world. It is unbelievable. I'm so fortunate to feel what little attraction I have. That little drop is everything to me. It's the life, because it's the name. It's substantial now, more and more substantial. It's not just I'm doing it for duty. I'm doing it for life. Man. I'm doing it to run to Krishna, and meet the Lord. And everything is in that. Everything is complete. We're all running for completion. See, and that's called devotional service. We do this forever. We'll always be individual, and the Lord will be an individual. And it is so wonderful to run to meet the Lord just through chanting, even while we're here in this world. That meeting is everything. It causes the rasa dance, a dance of this rasa, It causes activity in our life. We act because of this meeting. What do you think these classes are? You think I can do this on my own? No, this is a meeting with the Lord. Okay? It's proof. It's proof that this is real. It's proof that why can the classes always go deeper and so much more beautiful? And it's because of the meeting with the Lord. And that's why you guys are learning the knack. That's why the Lord came here to teach us how to do this. Like, do what he did. He manifested bhakti very beautifully because of his communing with God, engaging in pure devotional service. Pure devotional service. It's inside us. It's just natural to purely be devoted to God without any motives. It just takes away all of it. It just, all those motives drop like lead. Just boom. And the Lord wants to give us that. Yeah. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Yeah. So, Karuna, or anybody that comes here, if they just stay here, they'll get purified. You're almost, the energy forces you to confront all these things, and it's good. You need to look at it, be honest, see the hypocrisy in us, in ourselves, because light is here, real, powerful light. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Look at Thomas the Doubter. He made it, right? Yeah. Karuna says, like a fly on chit. Exactly. Just hang in there, Karuna. You'll get there. Anybody else, too, that's having troubles, Yeah, it's just, hey, man, might as well have troubles here because they'll go away. They'll turn into bliss. The troubles out there, they just take you down. At least you got some anchor here, anchor up. You know how anchors are down? In the water here, the anchor is goes up. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna. Nimai meets Ishvarapuri. Jaya Jaya Sri Caitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Sri Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gaur Bhaktivinoda. Uh-oh. Let's see here. When I chant and keep my attention on Krishna with my heart open, then my troubles don't trouble me. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's it, man. Yeah, that's what it's. The Lord came here to take our troubles away. You realize, in the Bhagavad Gita it teaches about the threefold miseries. So the connection with the Lord and communion with the Lord, it nullifies those, neutralizes the miseries of the body and mind and emotions. They're attacking us because they're material. They're against the spiritual nature of God. They cause misfortune. Love for the world causes misfortune, causes being under the curse. The curse is being disconnected from God. See, this connection, it reverses everything. Now you're under the benedictions of the Lord, he wants to give. It's like everything, like Jesus said. It's my Father's pleasure to give you the kingdom of God. It's his great pleasure to do that. We just, we don't know that. We don't know how to do that. People think they do it through the gurus who have not realized this benediction of being in holy communion with God. And, they're doing what they can do. Everybody is. But, the truth will set you free. I mean, the real as it is, it's like you need to, it's like you got a map. These literatures, devotional literatures are a map of how to get to the destination. People just don't know how to read the map very well. You got to be an experienced devotee that has achieved this where the destination. See, and then they're the map reader you need to hear from. Otherwise, people are reading the map of the Vedas, these gurus, and if they haven't achieved the destination of love of God, pure love of God, is very rare and it's very beautiful and it's very powerful and very liberating. You're liberated by becoming an eternal associate of the Lord, knowing who and what God actually is. How he shows up in your own life personally. In your own relationship with the Lord. This is it, man. This is where it's all going. Yeah. So by hearing from a bona fide, see, that's in the map book, regular classes in Srimad Bhagavatam. This is it. Srimad Bhagavatam, that means whatever the devotee speaks about under the inspiration of the Lord. Okay? So you hear these books as the devotional conclusion as it is. See? So now you're directed directly into the kingdom, not, going this way and that way. Oh, well, do the austerities, go this way, become, use your whole life for austerities. Use your whole life to become a perfect Brahmin. I mean, that's a lot of people are directed that way, right? And they're doing it. If you're in the Narayan Raj Sangha, they're direct, do like these austerities. You're here to attain Krishna. See, in other words, you haven't attained Krishna. See, the devotees are living in paradox. The ones who have attained Krishna have not attained Krishna. They don't want to always be. They want to run after. It's a ras, man. It's a wonderful, tasty feeling to, it's like an act of transcendental poetry. Of this activity. It causes activity. It's yoga maya. It's not the same of even being under the Vaidhi trying to attain Krishna. You don't know what it's like that the residents have this feeling, where is Krishna? Or Lord Chaitanya, where is Krishna? And then he appears because of the desire of the devotee. See, this union and separation. See, you got to be an experience. You got to experience these things to communicate it to others. Both under as it is conceptually and as it is awaken that feeling in others. See? So the Lord's waiting to hear this truth. That's why I got the go-ahead in 1996 as the full approval of Prabhupada that I preach this now. That's why, why wouldn't I be daunted? Why? I'll just take one order from Prabhupada and blessing of Krishna, which I've got. And face off the whole world, I'll face off Narayan Raj saying that I was wrong now. Now I'm very clear about these things. I faced the Radhakund Babaji said I was also wrong. The Vaidhi Ba, all of them, all of ISKCON and their armies, they're like armies, right? I'll face them all off because I got the authentic, real order of Prabhupada and the authentic blessing of Krishna. Okay? Just like it says in the book. That's what Arjuna did. He took Krishna above the armies and even Krishna's armies and all of that stuff. Krishna tried to talk him out of it. Says, Arjuna, what are you, crazy? You're choosing me. I'm not even going to fight over all these, my whole army, and you're just going to have me and a small army. You're going to lose. Yeah, it's still how it is with a devotee. Win or lose, doesn't matter. I got you. That's the main thing. Yeah, it's like here, I'm going to fight all of Vaishnava society because they're all wrong up to this point. Ooh, that's pretty. Yeah, sorry, you're wrong. Prove me that I'm wrong. Prove me that you have a relationship with Krishna like here. Prove me you can awaken a relationship. Prove me Narayan Raj devotees there, that you can awaken the relationships with Krishna like this, that you've got the benediction to do that. You know, that you're actually real Guru Days, but you won't take the title. You won't take a Srila. You won't allow, no Srila. Oh, no, that's only for Narayan Raj. But worship me like you worship Narayan Raj. See, this is hypocrisies. See, sorry, it doesn't fly. You cannot give real shelter to your devotees like that. Either you're it or you're not on this level of preaching. Are you here to deliver people or not? Was Jesus not confident? Huh? Was Jesus doubting himself? See, that's why people take shelter now. He didn't doubt. He came to the point of, oh yeah, I see. It's my Father has made this thing. The same thing. Hey man, I have the authority given to me by full authority, man. That's pretty much Prabhupada saying that. Blissfully, full authority. Yeah, you're doing exactly what I want you to do, more of this, and then Krishna comes. Because of your guru, you're getting my darshan. Yeah. That's how it is. Anybody believes this word, and I don't like blind believers. Just come check out the witnesses here. That way, the people who come here say they're into Krishna and everything. A lot of them are still, they don't really want Krishna enough. They come and they go away and they start preaching their own bullshit still. If they knew what was going on here, they would be here. Why wouldn't you? I would go wherever real devotees are that have real devotion. I tried, man. I was looking. All I saw was a lot of jive going on. Yeah, people don't know what is this because it's rare. It's hard to tell. How can you tell what is a real diamond from a piece of glass if you don't know, right? There's, the diamond, and if you put it side by side, they make these fake things. It looks the same. You need an expert, right, who can examine that diamond and teach you. Well, you see the flaw there? Okay? Oh, I see. I see. Oh, God, I see the difference now. People need this in Vaishnavism. You need an experienced devotee that actually is communing with that real God, the one, the unknowable, inconceivable, unattainable one. These guys can't get you there unless they're just like Pharisees. What's the difference? They had Pharisees 2,000 years ago. They've had them all throughout history. They had them in the Bhagavatam, like Daksha, like the guru of Bali Maharaj, like the gurus of the wives of the Brahmins. See, they were the gurus of their wives. And it's always the cowherd boys or Shuddha Bhakti that liberates the world. See, are you a Shuddha Bhakti or not? Otherwise, you can't do much for your disciples, man. Shuddha Bhakti is here in this Sangha. It's undeniable, man. I mean, people can deny it all you want. It's like a person, I don't want to hear, I don't want to see. I don't want to see the truth. Just show me illusion. Keep me in darkness. Okay, well, stay in darkness. We're here to liberate people with the light of truth. Hey, man, Shuddha Bhakti is the only thing going to liberate you. And that means you got to have a Shuddha Bhakti around because they're the only ones who know what it is. They're the only ones relishing Shuddha Bhakti, tasting its glories, have the ability to communicate that to others. Awaken it in others. Okay? Otherwise, go ahead, stay with these gurus if you want your whole life, and you'll die a rule and regulations. That's the best you've done. I'm here to preach. You can do more if you want. Somebody out there might be listening. Somebody might be thinking, like Jesus said, I have sheep in many different folds. Somebody might be thinking, well, I was looking for this. But I was there by default, just like I came to Krishna by default to ISKCON. There's nobody else preaching this. If this was available, oh my God. You people, they were lucky you got an edge here. He not only got one person, you got a whole Sangha of devotees on the Raganuga path. That is very rare in this world. Teaching it openly, showing they got some kahunas here, man. They got really the strength of God. You can't do this unless you got the strength of God. We're facing off. You think Prabhupada and Bhaktisiddhanta said they declared war on Maya? Huh, not to the extent that we've declared war on Maya. They knew, they couldn't, there wasn't time to really declare war on the full extent of Maya. This is declaring on the full extent of Maya. Isn't it? People will say, oh, teaching rules regular, very nice, yes. Religion, oh yeah, it's okay, we can accept that. We've seen a lot of that. Oh, liberation, oh yeah, Eckhart Tolle, oh yeah, we've seen a lot of that, a lot of people on that. But pure devotional service, the stuff that Lord Chaitanya preached, ecstatic tears and crying and laughing like madmen and mad women out there publicly, or if you declared war on Maya, man, you better be a bit strong to pull that one off. See, Prabhupada came after many years of ecstatic worship in the closet. Just like Krishna went to Vrindavan without the hindrance of the being there in Dwarka and people put in prison, and not liking ecstatic devotion, and hypocrites ruling everything, Kamsa was a hypocritically devout. People thought he was religious. Look at Jarasandha. He said, Krishna, he cited. Why would people say, what was Kamsa really religious? Yeah, he was like these Pharisees. He was like these sannyasis and gurus. He was like that. Even Jarasandha respected Kamsa. Jarasandha was a saintly king, man. He was worshiping Vishnu, just like they do. He followed the rules and regulations more strict than anybody could do here. Gained power doing it too. He was charitable to Brahmins. He never told a lie. Well, not exactly. There was one lie. He said Krishna was, well, no, he didn't even lie then, actually. He said Krishna's a rascal, and he is so. He's the lowest of the low, and he is. Yeah, that's true. He's very humble. He's lower than. Even in Maya, you glorify. It doesn't matter. You can't get out of glorifying God, somehow or other, indirectly or directly. Better directly when you. Yeah. So you see, he acknowledged Kamsa as a great religious person. And Krishna was deemed a rascal. So why should I think I'm not above Krishna if religious people were deeming him a rascal? Why wouldn't they deem me a rascal? Just like father, like son, right? That's how it works. Even Jesus taught this. He said, hey man, if they spit on me, they're going to spit on you. So you're not above your master. Yeah. So even the devotees, they taught it as a great privilege to be spit on. Wow, they did this to my Lord, and they're doing to me. Wow, I must be part of the same family. See, that's what happens here. You notice your family goes against you. Talk about developing faith, man. That's everything that happens to realized souls who get the shelter of the real God. That happens to, as you're switching levels from even being goodness to pure goodness. People they distrust you. They go against you. They try to pull you back. See this, Lalita? Yeah, right. Darn tootin' that it happens like that. That means you're in the right place. See? It's like that. People try to pull you back. See, but with a sangha like this, you get strength, man. Right? Strong. That's why Prabhupada started sanghas, because being around devotees, even on the Vaidhi level, there's some strength there in numbers. It's encouraging. Come, you have it's like a club. You ever go to clubs? A society. Society, it's important, the society, it gives some strength, even in the world. See, we have a society. See, notice the society is breaking up now. Isn't that interesting? Our societies are breaking down. And the demons think it's their will. No, it's because they think they want to create a new society. Oh, yeah, well, you have your plan and my Lord has his, man. No, he wants a society, yeah. He wants a new world order. Yeah, it's great, man. And what God has in store, man, it's going to be great. Everybody's going to be sovereign, whether you're a demon, demigod. You'll come from whatever group you're from, man. Yeah, but then you'll be sovereign in the truth. See, it's the truth we need. That gives us sovereignty. People don't have it. The New Agers don't have it. They think they want to be sovereign on their own. They're not conclusive enough. That's all. They got to get their sovereignty in the transcendental Lord, and then they'll be free and sovereign. They'll be like gods on this planet, but not in the way people think. You'll be like gods by being in God and God being in you. See, that is perfect. Nothing more perfect than that. See, what we teach here, pretty high stuff, huh? Pretty amazing. See, that kind of grace, you can go through millions of lifetimes and never get an opportunity to do that, to transcend that, to attain complete perfection, universal perfection that applies to everybody, whether you're a demon, demigod, an ant, it doesn't matter, bird. Everybody got a soul. It's in there somewhere. Yeah. Look at dogs were waking up with Lord Caitanya. Yeah. Dogs, trees. He embraced a couple of trees and they became people. Yeah. Liberated souls, man. Our preaching is so conclusive, so clear. This will clear. Nobody, no matter how much they rebel against it, they'll just get, more clear because, we're rooted in the truth. See? Graceland. Yeah, this is where, hey, man, Elvis. Where's Elvis, man? I played an Elvis tune yesterday for a little bit. Graceland. There's somebody trying to get in here. Yeah, it's not working. You're getting and coming on and off. Try one more time and then stop the beeps. Nimai Pandit meets Iswara Puri. All glories to Lord Sri Gaur Chandra, the supreme lord of all lords. His youthful pastimes as a scholar revealed his attraction for learning. His youthful pastimes as a scholar revealed his attraction for learning. He stayed in Navadvip, but concealed his inner identity. The best of the Brahmins, Gaur Chandra, spent his younger days pursuing his studies. His handsome youthfulness could defeat the beauty of millions upon millions of cupids. Yeah, people thinking of the beautiful body, right? Yeah, and actually, yeah, that's so because he came here. But can you see that beautiful body of the Lord now? See, you need devotional eyes. That's the really attracts you, doesn't it? So you got the eye of devotion. See, the name is his body. See, chanting the name is Radha and Krishna's body, literally. And that's the attraction. When you start to really feel that, and your happiness is that kind of meditation on them. And you see, ooh, that is them. I'm running to them. They're running to me. See, that's the beauty of Krishna. It's experienced like that in this world. Okay? They got to experience the beauty also by seeing him outside because he was here. He was manifest. Very rare thing. But we're not devoid because what they saw is what we feel. Okay? That's why you see they had the ecstasy you see here. See, they saw and felt the ecstasy. Not everybody. Some were contaminated. They railroaded him out of Navadvip. They wanted to throw Srivasas. They were having so much ecstatic fun, kind of like what we do here, in classes, these little sadhu sangha things. They wanted to throw the house of Srivas in the Ganga. So the Lord left and took sannyas to save the student community. Yeah, attraction to the holy name is the most important thing of Krishna consciousness. And if you find devotees who have that kind of transcendental attraction, you are the most fortunate and wealthy person in this world. Even the Lord says, I'll show you what he says. There's so many wonderful instances of what's going on here. He says, if you're living on the bank of the Ganges, and you got the Ganges River for purification there, you are the most wealthy person in the world. And you're more wealthy than living on the Ganges. Because the purification is even better here, more powerful, more fast. More wealth do you accumulate here. Your interest is compounded. Person's interest in Krishna is usually could be good, being near the Ganga there, but your interest becomes very deep. See, your interest is your wealth. How interested are you in Krishna? See, all this stuff in the shadow. I was looking at the people in crypto, they look for things that have good interest return, ROI they call it. See, return on your investment. Oh, and let me tell you, we got a return here that they don't know. If they knew, and we're going to teach people about how to get the best return on your investment. Just give a little bit of time. Just, a little bit of your attention and your time here. And you'll get the highest return on your investment of your time, of your attention. See, your attention is your money. That's your wealth here. Put your attention over here. See? Like River does, she listens very deeply, See, she did it like back and forth for a while. She could listen for a while and everything, but whatever she put in there was her investment. See, that was her investment, and then more stuff came out. That's part of the return. Or get rid of some stuff and go deeper and deeper and deeper to the point of deep attraction. See, so she got a big return on her investment already, because of her interest that she can put in there. See, interest, and now she got a lot of interest. See, this is all spiritual, this stuff, man. Everything in the world is spirit. You can start to see like this. You see the attraction between man and women is just representing our attraction of our soul with God. That's all it is. And you get enough of that in this world, you realize, oh, it was all about this. It was just teaching me that it'll work perfectly when I get this going with God. And then if you're just meant to be and married here, and it's okay, fine. But I know that this is the real thing, right? Like Radha, she has a Abhimanyu, right? A Balaram with her, But she knows this is the real deal, right? Or a Karuna. Karuna is a good Abhimanyu. And Krishna was using Abhimanyus and your thing to enhance the pastimes, to bring the devotee closer. So there's something about what do you call overcoming? It intensifies the ras, overcoming obstacles. So you got to have some of those in your life sometimes. You overcome the obstacles. It just intensifies the communion with God, the meeting. Exquisite eyes were like lotus petals. Yeah. See, exquisite eyes. See, that's they see again the eyes. Oh, what is the eye to see Krishna? Oh. See, lotus petals. See, beauty, the beauty of devotion. Isn't that nice? Exquisite. Devotion is exquisite, man. There's no better eye, no better sight. That's why, Bivamangal, he said, I don't need these eyes. It's taking my attention away from seeing Krishna. See how he was seeing Krishna by meditation. See, by chanting in full attention without these beautiful women, distracting him, or whatever is in the world of Maya here. I was thinking about Krishna more. Oh, this is very good. And then Krishna wanted to give him his eyes back. Oh, no, no, I don't want to be distracted. No, that's okay, man. I just want, this is good. This is very good situation. Again, don't poke your eyes out. Don't try to imit. Don't be Karuna. Don't think that's going to be your thing. You poke your eyes out, and then you're going to attain Krishna or something. Don't imitate these guys. It's not necessary now. It's like, sometimes devotees, they misunderstand. It's like, Prabhupada was preaching about, they asked, should a sannyas drown himself like Chota Haridas? And really that wasn't necessary. Even back then it wasn't necessary. Sometimes the books, I don't know, some things in the books the Lord will give you the eyes to see how it really works. See? And so anyway, Prabhupada's talking about it, and as he's talking about, yes, this is what you should do, and he was a sannyas, the Vishnujan. And Vishnujan just heard up to a certain point. He didn't complete it, and he just thought, oh, okay, I got to do this because I have some sex desire. I mean, that's the thing. See, that Vaidhi level is, you got to transcend it because it's still not clear, is it? Look, he went and drowned himself. He didn't need to drown himself. See? You don't need to follow sannyas strictly and all that. You don't understand the mind of Prabhupada. He just did it for preaching, get things going a little bit, because otherwise there would be nothing happening in this world. Need something, It's like, you fix a broken car. You want to say something? Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Can I ask something, Maharaj?
Yeah.
Yesterday, I read that even saying Lord Nityananda's name one time, you are saved. You will be taken to, they will have mercy, etc. I had a discussion with somebody about that. He says, I say, yeah, but you don't have to take that literally, because why would we chant them for the rest of the time? It's
Well,
like,
yeah, okay. I mean, yeah, one time, but it doesn't say how long it will take you to see. They could take you lifetimes.
true.
Then, if you just chant one time, and that's all you do, and you just live a mundane life, and then maybe your next life, the Lord looks and okay, I'll give you another name to chant. Who knows how long it would take? The main thing is you got to follow the process. The process is in the Bhagavatam. Take association of, if it's available, take association of the devotees of the Lord, the real ones. I mean, I just teaching that standard now. If you want to teach some other standard, well, go to ISKCON. They'll teach you another standard. All the devotees are the same, and then the actual really advanced ones are not any good. If you want that kind of teaching, fine. They don't know. They're blind uncles. If you're happy with a blind uncle, go ahead. No, I just teach you what the books teach. You want to be delivered? You got some eagerness? You want to finish it? Come here. Come into the association of real devotees with real devotion and real spiritual backing, man, that actually have Radha and Krishna backing them, Lord Chaitanya, and the whole parampara. What's so hard to do that? I mean, that's really, really true. People are getting delivered here, proving it. You don't believe my word that I just said? Well, how about the witnesses, the work God is doing in them? None of these gurus can do this. None of these gurus have the authority to awaken real bhakti in anybody. Not even Prem Parojana. I was impressed with one of his disciples. I haven't seen in him. See, he does what his guru does. He kind of looks a little drunk, and holding it back, just like Narayan Raj, because that's what he was taught. Hold back, I guess. I don't know if he's got it or not. Who knows? Who knows? We can't see any demonstration of what the Lord actually taught 550 years ago, what Srinivas actually taught. He demonstrated. Srinivas was an ecstatic devotee, man. He showed that he had deep love for Krishna. It was visible signs in his body that can't be imitated. You can't blow your nose when you're in communion like this. You show me, and I don't see anybody blowing their nose. And that's a high symptom. That's one you can't even imitate. Who can blow their nose really? You can tell a fake one, right? Fake nose blower. You ever seen those? They got no mucus in there. You notice as your ecstasy deepens, you start to blow your nose, right? That's why devotees don't get colds. Why would you get a cold when your body is even getting purified? When you get a cold, a lot of mucus, right? You get the cold without feeling the misery of a cold. You know how miserable you are? I don't feel miserable when I'm blowing, my body getting purified. This is great, isn't it? It's a great way to, you don't have to suffer the miseries of having colds so much. Yeah, so it's duration. Okay, so what do we got here? Oh, we got some comments here. Let's see. Christian, I'll answer some. Karuna, you just talk so much. I can't find the people's comments. Just make more occasional comments. You don't have to just. Balaram is right behind you. Prabhu, Balaram is right behind you. Not for the wise. Snap hit. Oh, I see your. Yeah. Okay, I don't know if we have any other comments here. Oops. Okay. Anyway, back to the story. Okay. Ever in a happy mood, he walked amidst his colleagues and disciples, entertaining them with sparkling wit. And that's the Lord, man. That's why he's the sun, man. He's the brightness. He's every transcendental virtue in him. That's why when we're in him, the effect, the chanting is a very practical, easy way to be in the Lord. And then he starts to awaken in you very fast here. See? You start to feel the Lord's transcendental presence in you. This is rare, man. This is amazing. That's your protection. That's your wealth. See? That's your everything, your purification. See? Otherwise, it's just like Bhagavad Gita. Everybody's in the Lord, but he's not in them. This reverses everything. You're in the Lord now. See, you're in his transcendental nature, not in his material nature. See, you're not meditating on a material nature now. You may look at it and glance at it like he does, but you really want to look more at the transcendental Lord, and you look at the name. When you see the name, by chanting the name, hearing the sound vibration, to the point where your heart becomes, you start to feel enlivenment. You start to feel real light. Oh, wow, this is the life. Oh, that wasn't life. See, this is the life. That's not life. I thought that was life. See, the modes start clearing off you because you got real life of Shuddha energy, Shuddha bhakti. Devotion is that devotional potency. It makes Krishna appear in his name. You realize, oh, the name, none different. Oh, commune with the name. Causes a happy mood, a blissful, happy mood. Devotees who remain in the Lord remain in a blissful, happy mood. See? The only time you're miserable is when you're meditating on something else. That's where the misery is meditating on other things too much. You might have to meditate a little bit on the world or something because we're in the world, right? You got to focus on things and all that. But devotees regularly dip into the, like ducking swans, Prabhupada called it. You become able to be like a ducking swan. When you need the bliss, you need to power up, you need some to freshen up. Instead of going to the friggin' toilet, you go to Krishna to freshen up. Isn't that a better place to freshen up? People go in the toilet. Women, they like to go in the toilets. That's exactly what they're doing. They're just a toilet like that, going in the toilet. Men, women, whoever goes into the toilet to freshen up. What kind of freshen up is that? To become more attractive and make more people lusty, come on, man. Okay, that's fine. It gives you an idea. But we need to go to Krishna to freshen up. Now, his transcendental name to freshen up. Doesn't it make us more fresh? You feel more fresh? Fresh ideas, fresh understanding, fresh knowledge, fresh everything. Fresh bread with nice butter on it. Hot or right out of the oven. Ever in a happy mood, man? Why not go to a happy person? The Lord's he's always happy. He said, you think he's sweating what's going on here in the world? People are wanting, because they don't have this knowledge, they don't have this connection, they don't have this role model. They exit out of here because they can't tolerate meditating on the misery that's being caused by lockdowns, and they can't get whatever little happiness they got in the material way. They can't go to the pub, they can't do this, can't do that, all this restriction from their material happiness, and it's intolerable for a lot of people. See, that's why the only way to surpass that is spiritual happiness, right? See, we got to get in the spiritual and they realize that's the real happiness. See? Here they want to separate people, and people are becoming very unhappy. They're walking down the street here, and you're sitting in the things separated, with 6 feet and all that. Stop contact. That's a torture. Did you know that? Keep people from touching bodies and stuff like that, and communicating. Put the mask on. You can't see. That's torturing people. And people are going for it. 30% now, they say, are believing this bullshit. 30% is a lot of people, man. Maybe more. Who knows? See? So what's the antidote? I don't see any other thing other than touching the body of the Lord. You got to learn how to do that, man. How are you going to surpass this torture here? You have to learn to touch the body of the Lord. It has to touch you. You have to feel this cleansing by being touched by the body of the Lord. Just like people feel when you embrace a man or woman, you feel this energy, right, called lust. And it may feel good, but it also is polluting because it's not pure. It's in the modes. It's like just modes of nature. It's like iron. See, we need to learn how to embrace the transcendental Lord through chanting his name. Very practical. By being around devotees embracing that transcendental Lord. You can see what that looks like, that it's real. Otherwise, where's your role model? What, these gurus? They can't embrace the Lord. Not even one could show me that they're embracing the transcendental Lord. Not even one. They had to pretend that they were embracing. Oh, let me show you. I'm holding the embrace back. Yeah, okay, maybe they did, maybe I don't know. But we need role models now. See, we have role models here. Hey, devotees embracing, getting the transcendental embrace of God. Just like when Lord Caitanya was here, he would pick up people, they would pay their obeisances, and that's all you need to do here. Man. Same thing. What happened then? The only thing, Nityananda wasn't looking. Just like I'm not looking. Are you qualified? Are you not qualified? Did you eat meat or not eat meat? This was same thing with Nityananda. This same thing here. The real disciplic line, when it's ready to bear fruit like it is now, is like that. I'm not looking. He wasn't looking. He's my master, man. What he did, I'm here to do also, right? He didn't look. Are you sinful? Are you a saint? Did you eat meat or didn't you eat meat? Did you follow all the rules or no rules? No. All you had to do was fall down and say, hey, man, Nityananda, I like your ecstasy. Man, I like that word that comes from your ecstasy. I just want to be with you. That's all. It's so nice. Man, I feel freedom being with you, being a companion. You're my companion, and you people got to have that. Well, that's the same thing you get here. If you're in the real line, it's got to be like that. If it isn't, the real line is not fructified. When you're with a real devotee, you're behind them and with them, it's transcendental. You get the transcendental result. Otherwise, what is the point of a line? It would be, oh, let me just chant Nityananda's name directly. Well, that person chanting one name, when it comes to 2 and 10 and 1,000, they'll get the association of the line and be delivered, however long that takes. Same thing with all those devotees. You'll be delivered because right here, we're here to show and demonstrate, put the show on the road, man, to put the show on the stage of the world. This is transcendental embracing of God and Lord Chaitanya and Radha and Krishna. This is what it looks like here in this world physically. Now there's no cloak for your sin. If you're sinful and you're a guru, it's out there, man. Just like the demons, their sin is out there. People can see, whoa, look at these guys. They're liars. See? Oh, look at these religious hypocrites, man. They don't like the real Radha and Krishna that we're bringing to them. Their followers need to see it, and their followers need to see that they're both blind. They're blind uncles. And they're blind nephews. Right? So the show is on the stage of the world now, man. There's no cloak for you don't like this, you don't like the true God. That's the truth. He's not a God of rules. He's a God of love of God, loving Radha and her loving him. And are you their companion? Are you a girlfriend or somebody in that Vrindavan troop there, that Vrindavan village, or not? Okay? Truth will set you free. Okay? Otherwise, you just die in your illusion of a blind uncle thinking you can see. Giving blind teachings, they take the Vedas and you can't point the direction because you're not a devotee Bhagavat, man. You're not the book incarnate. Okay? The Lord ain't in you to give you the ability to understand these things. He's not transcendentally awakened in you yet. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hey, Andromeda is back. All right. Yeah. So, ever in a happy mood. I like that one. There's a lot to say about that happy mood. That's one of the devotional symptoms, by the way. Happy mood. When you first start to feel this connection, you start to smile. Okay? You notice Lolita smiles a lot, huh? That's a transcendental symptom. Ever in a happy mood, he walked amidst his colleagues and disciples, entertaining them with his sparkling wit. He was their unquestioned leader on the strength of his superior intelligence and learning. Yeah, even back then, when they could see that he had. Where did his intelligence come from? See, even though he didn't express it, it's like Prabhupada. Where did his intelligence come from? He didn't express it that much, and it comes from the ecstasy, ecstatic worship. Where do you think these classes come from? Where do you think this understanding comes from that you're hearing here every day? Ecstatic worship, the intimacy with God. That's where real knowledge is gained. See, to the real understanding is gained is in this holy communion. Otherwise, that's why this knowledge. That's why even scholars are afraid to come here. Look at Acharya Dev. I tell you, he would be afraid to come here. I'm sure he wouldn't. He too much to lose. See, too much to lose, man. Even that Janardhan, his guru, he says, he told him, he said he wanted to see a live stream and he took it off. Not interested. Why are you not interested? Oh, I know why. I really know why. Too much to lose. But you might lose too. Oh yeah, lose what? I'll just say like Jesus. I'll just have the same realization, the same thing. If everybody left, well, it was nice to have friends, but Lord, you're here still with me. That's all I ever wanted anyway. Even with all these followers here, I still you I can't do this. I can't without you. And so whether you're here or not here, it's still about the Lord's with this relationship, isn't it? Yeah. Got to be a showman. See, we got to show man. See, everything. That's another word of God, another name of the Lord. Show man. We're here to show man the truth, right? What do you think? Show them what? He's always showing man something. Usually it's a big magic act, some illusion, man. Let me show man an illusion, man, because they're meditating on my illusion. I'll do my little tricks here. Yeah, we're here to show man the transcendental truth. They'll set you free. To show man where the greatest benediction is, man. Show man where your greatest investment of time is. Show man where your greatest happiness is. Show man where the greatest purification is. We're here to show man the greatest ecstatic, loving communion with God. We're here. What more do you need? Show man the greatest virtues that come, the greatest knowledge to show man how that shows up in their lives too, if they follow this path, that you can become as good as all the devotees here. In your own way, you'll be as good as them. You can't be like them. You can be like them, but you cannot be them. Lalita is a Lalita, river is a river, Tom's a Tom, Gohari is a Gohari, The main thing is we start dancing, man. You want to come here? You'll learn how to dance. Do a nice tango. Salsa. You like salsa? Come here, man. We'll get you to do the salsa. He roamed all over Navadvip carrying his books as if holding Saraswati Devi, the goddess of learning, within his palm. See, the goddess of learning, even that word, it's a beautiful thing. Goddess of learning. You got to have the goddess of learning. If you don't have her benediction, you don't know diddly squat. The goddess of learning for real devotees who've realized her in her deepest form is Radharani. She is the goddess of learning, isn't it? You want to learn something, you got to learn from her. She knows everything about Krishna more than anybody else. That's why these classes are so good. I have to admit it myself because I think, man, if I could find a better one, I'd go there. But I don't. You check it out. See if you find a better class. Go listen to Prem Parojan a little bit. See if there's classes are better. If they are, let's go there. I mean, you guys are getting pretty good. You're pretty sensitive. So find a better class than what you got here, and we'll all go. I'll go too, because I'm not attached to, I just agreed for more truth, man, because the spirit likes that. Yeah. No scholar in Navadvip dared to find faults in his dissertations. Yeah, it's the same thing here, because the Lord is actually here. No one would dare. They can do it from a distance, but they won't want to, come close. They would not dare. You find fault in this preaching. What's the fault? Anybody there, you tell me what's the fault in this preaching. What? Getting delivering people the kind of knowledge that awakens devotion? Where's the fault in that? Isn't that the idea? Teaching what a real guru is, those who awaken devotion to Krishna are certainly the spiritual gurus, spiritual masters like Lord Chaitanya taught. We already got students that are awakening devotion. People's devotion is awakening just by hearing from them. Yeah, we're making gurus here, better than 1,000 Acharya Devs. I mean, just put it bluntly. I mean, isn't it time for these guys to get humbled a little bit? They had 50 years to have their free reign and do diddly squat, basically, but just prance around stages and sit on high seats. Right? Use Prabhupada's books and his buildings and his money, to do whatever they wanted. So there's a time where the Lord is fed up, man. He's fed up with the whole world not worshiping him in truth. He's fed up. It's time to, people get off the can now. It's time to dump this stuff, dump the garbage. Yeah. So he is the supreme Lord of the entire cosmic manifestation. No scholar in Navadvip dared to find faults in his dissertations. Only the Brahman Ganga Das Pandit, a very pious and fortunate soul, was capable of discussing with the Lord. It's not easy to discuss with the Lord or his devotees, actually. You have to be empowered to do that. The different categories of people in Navadvip saw Mahaprabhu in their own way. The materialistic fruitive workers who were attached to family and home saw him as only the Lord and experienced an inexplicable wonder. How remarkable! Every house he graces should always have prosperity. See? Every house the Lord graces. That's you, man. You're that house. It's time for people to know. You want that grace, you got to go around those whose houses are graces, our bodies, our temples, our houses for the soul. If he's graced a soul, they have their relationship with him is awakened. And they live in prosperity, whether they have money or not. Their prosperity is this relationship. And they prosper, even physically. Just like the Bible, I always liked it. Those who are graced by God, they live in prosperity, physically too. But prosper, and their spirit prospers, their life prospers. See, they alive. Their knowledge prospers. You got prosperity in knowledge, in understanding, in spiritual happiness. And material happiness if you want it. Maybe some people, they're renounced. Some people are just renounced in knowing the truth, and they can live their lives befittingly. People, that's what you need to learn. These religious people, they're so sectarian. They don't know how God is working. They're still in ISKCON and all these groups. They still have this idea, like these Brahmins, after 500, this is how long it takes. You look, they're chanting Nityananda's name. They're still under the mentality. that you got to be a Hindu to go in a friggin' temple, man. It's like in ISKCON after 50 years with Prabhupada, you still gonna, this one nice lady coming here, who's a transgender. And they said, no, we got to beat it out of you. Got to beat it out of you before you can worship Krishna. Christians, they have religious Christians, the same bullshit, man. You can't be a homosexual. One guy was a really empowered devotee of Christ. A lot of spiritual manifestations would happen and everything, brought many people to Jesus. And when they found out with so much honor and everything. And when they found out he was homosexual, they took his name down. See, bodily consciousness, it's called. Bodily identification. That doesn't go on here. Okay? I don't even like people, you identify with Brahman? That's a covering, man. You come here, we'll take off those clothes. I don't like any clothes. My Lord doesn't like any fig leaves. Doesn't even like Brahman in his way, that dazzling light. Let's clear that off there. So you can see God, feel God, love God. You got to show the world what it is to be a real devotee, not this Brahman thing. Oh yeah, you see, I'm one with God. Yeah, what about service to Krishna? Oh no, it's just about being one with God. See, that's not clear enough, man. See, you see, the Brahman is just partial realization, not full disclosure. See, this is the time of full disclosure of who and what God is and how to attain him. Full disclosure. That's why you guys, you want to move on out there in all these religious groups. You come here, you'll get full disclosure on who God is, what he is, and how to attain him in this very life. If you don't want full disclosure, stay in your darkness. Be a blind nephew or a blind uncle. What are you going to do? It's your destiny. But reaching out into those groups, maybe somebody has been looking for this. I'm kind of like to follow Jesus, in this. If you got a light, hang it out. Let people see it, man. Hey, you want God in this life? Come here, man. We'll prove it. Come here. Give us 30 days. Come and see if we don't have more light on the subject of the Lord than anywhere else. See if we don't have more experience of that transcendental Lord than anywhere else, unless it's like this, with a real devotee who has a real relationship with God, which I seem to happen to me is kind of rare to find. Apocalypse now everything is revealed, and we got to do our job too. We got to reveal this, man, truth. Did Jesus just declare it? That's why, people got saved. No declaration. What is he going to always? That's the thing. No declaration, then no saving. But what are you declaring? That's why people, even with Prabhupada, they didn't get saved yet. Now they'll get saved because we're declaring the confidential truth that he wrote in his books that he, said was postgraduate. See, we're declaring those truths. They're right there in his books. I mean, my God, just come to Sadhu Sangha and be delivered, man. Come to those who are associates of Lord Chaitanya genuinely and be delivered. Just like it was then. They had associates. You were delivered being with them. It's like that now because they showed you what it is to be a devotee. And if you didn't like it, well, you hang around them long enough, you'll love it. Because you're contaminated. You can't go into the kingdom of God with coverings. You got to get that done here. That's why the Lord sends his devotees here. What are these people? You think you're in ISKCON, you think your gurus are going back to Godhead? If you don't, and here you have the real associates of the Lord here, and you don't like them, how are you going to get in? They're all kind of like this. They worship God with tears and ecstasy, holy laughter, and all of that stuff. And you don't like it here? How are you going to like it there? What you bind on earth, you bind in spirit. That's what Jesus taught. And Jesus said, Peter, whatever you Bind on earth, you'll bind in spirit. See, if you bind devotion here, you'll bind that in spirit. What is that? Who's that? I can't make it out.
Raj, can I ask a question, please?
Yeah, I can't hear you, River. So something's wrong with your computer. I hear a little faint sound.
Okay. All right.
Okay, did you want to say something? Just say it.
Can you hear me now? A little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. What?
You know the devotees that were hanging around Prabhupada.
Yeah.
Will they return here, or will they go to Vaikuntha?
Well, Prabhupada even said they need to flawlessly follow the rules and regulations, but that could take many lifetimes. Yeah. The only real option is to accept the mercy of Lord Chaitanya and just get the highest Dham. Why would you want to throw that back in the Lord's face? The highest Dham is being offered here now. Even if you say you want the lower Dham, say you want Vaikuntha, you can have that here. But you know, you're not going to try to do it on your own and follow the rules around these guys. Most of them are hypocrites and liars and pedophiles. I don't know. You don't know what's going on in a rat nest of religion. It's a rat's nest, man. Hypocrisies and all that stuff. You come here, if you want Vaikuntha, okay, I'll just tell you. You want Vaikuntha so bad, you want to go there? Come here and you'll get Vaikuntha. Easy. Oh, that's easy. You want liberation? You come here, you live. We already got people got off the stop on the bus here, on the train station. They stopped off. I want to experience liberation for a while. Thank you very much. They kicked their guru away. And they, Christina's and Mahavir, they're in liberation type things. Yeah. Oh, service to our real Vaishnava Shiksha Guru. No, I'm not. I'm going to stick with rules, regulations, and Brahmin level stuff. Okay, fine. Yeah. But if you want to go to whatever you want, destination you want, come here and you'll get it. Yeah. But obviously, if you stay around long enough, why wouldn't you want to commune with God? This is the best, the topmost. Being a real devotional. I mean, what people come to Krishna consciousness for that they don't know is here, is to worship the Lord God in ecstasy and intimacy as an individual. You're in your own personal relationship. Oh my God, what a rare thing. Okay. Put your interest here, and your interest will compound to the point you'll be just like the real devotees 500 years ago. You'll chant the Lord just like the Lord did in great eagerness. We just read that. He chanted with eagerness. Eagerness to meet God. Yeah. All these beautiful things you can get here. My God, the more I think about it, the more wealthy I feel. Where the wealth is here. See, people, they don't know what is real wealth, and they have to see devotees relishing the real wealth, man. Like in Sankirtan, I'm walking around not doing it much lately, and I just look at a lot of unjust people, miserable, all these beautiful women looking like frogs, miserable. They shouldn't be. If they got beauty, they should have the full beauty, man. Have that beauty and be like, what's her name? Samasundari, man. She got the physical, but also feel the beauty of Krishna inside. Otherwise, you're not looking beautiful. I mean, look, these they have these nice, they're like dolls, dressed up and with a scowl on their face. Tell you what, and a little chanting does the trick, because I sit there chanting and watching their faces change. It's like, yeah, this is a miracle. Well, let's just sit here. That's the greatest thing I can do is to sit and chant, and make people happy and make myself happy. First of all, charity begins at home, and then they seem to like it too. So we'll probably be doing more of that. Yeah, it's hard to be. Why be around? That's why, I was wondering, why don't I want to socialize much with people, or practically at all? Because, they're not happy. Why do I want to be around unhappy people? Yeah, you can't really be happy, not like this. I mean, I like to be around devotees. I mean, it's just happy because my Lord likes, that's why he's coming to you, because he likes to be around devotees. He's chosen you because you're choosing him. You're choosing. Oh, you like Gohari's ecstasy. Oh, you like his knowledge that comes from that. Oh, well, good. Hey, man, I'll come join your party too. See, that's how it works. If you don't like this energy, see, this is Shuddha Bhakti energy here. What do we got here? Oh, that's the book. Oh, you got the book from Govinda. Okay, yeah. Yeah, every house he graces should always have prosperity. See, prosperity on all levels, man. Look, and it's like, look at Suklam Brahmachari. He was happy just being a beggar. See, and Pundarik Vijayanidhi was happy being a householder with a lot of money. They're both happy. Because why? They had that prosperous, they felt themselves prosperous because of this relationship with God. Yeah. This is what true prosperity, man. And without it, no matter how much money you have, you're never really happy. You think, oh, let me get more. Maybe I'll be happy. Can you imagine that? The Bill Gates, they still want to make more profits. Not enough money. And then, oh, well, I'm bored with that. Maybe, what is it? What else can I get? Oh, control. Oh, maybe if I control everybody, then I'll be happy. Isn't that Hiranyakashipu? Wasn't that? Maybe if I can control the whole universe, I'll be happy. He was still agitated after that. Got everything. What's the lesson in that? What's God trying to teach you? Okay? Only Prahlad was happy. He was rich. He was, the son of a king and all that. But what was his richness? Wasn't what his situation externally was. He was rich in devotion to God. Okay? That gave him the intelligence to preach. That gave him the power to draw the Lord to save others in the world. Just like here, you see, what is this fool Gohari have some riches in? Well, he just has a drop of this, whatever it is. See, to benefit other people. To get them connected to the Lord. That's pretty rich, huh? Who has enough wealth to do that? You better be rich in your relationship with God, otherwise you're not going to do it. Prabhupada didn't come when I just, awakened with Jesus, or even with his books. It came years after worshiping, to a point. It's like being in Vrindavan, then saying, getting the word. Oh yeah, now go to Mathura, go to my disciples, to the regulative devotees, and go there and help them. Right? Look at you guys. A lot of you had contact with ISKCON, right? Right, River? You were going Namhatas. Lalita Ganga was going to ISKCON. Tom made contact with ISKCON. Yeah, so many. Janaki, so many. So we're doing some work here, huh? Some service for the Prabhupada. I'm sure he's very happy that he's getting. This is a shelter for those who are ready. Not everybody will be ready. But those who are, where else are they going to go? There's no place like this. I couldn't find, and you won't find. Ah. Yeah. How remarkable. Every house he graces with prosperity. The ladies saw him as the most attractive Cupid. See? However, in the hearts of the atheists, he struck fear as the god of death. See, fear. So fear is people that are atheists, even often when they're worshiping God, because they worship out of fear. See, they're afraid of going to hell, and so that's the hypocrisy. See, they don't. So they're atheists still. Like Jarasandha, he was an atheist because he was against transcendental Krishna. If you really know the Bhagavatam, you'll know the extent of atheism. You think it's just people who say, "Oh, I don't believe in God." You can find those kind of people say, "Well, I'm sorry, I'm an atheist," and they like to be around you. I met people like that. I don't believe in God. What they don't believe is the God the religious hypocrites are preaching. They're intelligent. They think, I don't go for that. They're liars and cheaters. It's just like, I don't believe in Fauci and Bill Gates, a lot of these people say, because they're lying and cheating you. See, people are intelligent and related, but it's not meant to be that way ultimately. It's ultimately meant to find those who actually know the Transcendental Lord and present that Transcendental Lord appropriately. So appropriately, so frankly, that people, the contaminated religionists, rebel and are hiss. Rattle. You ever hear the rattle? Make a lot of rattling noise. They come here and they rattle. They're just rattle off. Oh, that's their rattles. They just rattle the rats. Yeah. Okay, so I don't want to use all my internet here. I'm still on the phone here. I probably used $25 in this one class. Yeah, they just taking their time fixing the internet here. But anyway, got to do what you got to do. Okay, so Hare Krishna, everybody, and I'll see you a little bit later. 2 hours already, so we did pretty good.